Welcome to the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast
with Garrett Williamson.
Health, wellness, exercise, nutrition, and a whole lot more. Got questions? Call us and leave a message at 251-278-EDGE or message us at Personal Edge Fitness on Facebook and Instagram, at Team PE on Twitter, or personaledgefitness.com.
Thank you so much for joining me and welcome to the show. This is the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast. I am Garrett Williamson, talking today about getting back to working out. Now, I think that's something that all of us have faced. I know I deal with a lot with clients, getting in and out of fitness. And I tell you, it's interesting. You hear a lot about intermittent. Intermittent has made it into the vernacular of health, fitness, and definitely in nutrition with this intermittent fasting. That's a big thing right now. So it's interesting to me that we have different buzzwords that make it into our lingo. It depends on what's popular at the time. Keto is a big buzzword right now. Back in the 80s, it was aerobics. Everything was aerobics. And then it was, about 5-6 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, actually, core. Everything was core, And when I was putting this podcast together, I couldn't help but think about the word intermittent. And mainly because it's such a hot topic, intermittent fasting. Well, there are different schools of thought on intermittent fasting. That's something that we're not talking about that today, but it's something I will definitely cover in the near future. It's sort of like, it's sort of like something Gallagher said back in the 80s. They say that if you're hungry, you shouldn't go grocery shopping. Everybody knows that. You don't go grocery shopping when you're hungry. You always have something to eat before you go grocery shopping. And Gallagher's comment was, that doesn't work in a liquor store. You don't, it's not a good idea to go drinking prior to going to a liquor store. Well, that's sort of the way I feel about intermittent. Intermittent doesn't really work with exercise, with working out. But many of us have been through those times. I'm sure you've had those times of, working out consistently, and then you have a change in your life. Maybe you moved. Maybe you had a child or changed job or got an injury, something, and you had to stop working out. And as a trainer, we realize that's a big probability for some people that at some point in time they'll have to stop working out. I was talking to a client just this past week over breakfast, and they said, you ought to do a show talking about getting back to working out. Happened to be speaking to somebody that knows a little bit about getting back to working out because she's had some intermittent training in her life. And but thank you very much. I told her I wouldn't mention her name on the podcast, but I do appreciate you setting me on this course for getting back to working out. Now, even when you've had a lifestyle change, I've talked a lot about lifestyle changes. That's a big part of what we address. Like I say, I've talked about a lot of my podcasts about lifestyle change. It takes 21 days to create a habit. It takes 66 days to make a lifestyle change. Even when you go through a lifestyle change, we can have those times when things get disrupted. We have to get back into exercise. And that can be very intimidating. A lot of us don't want to admit it. You get a bad case of the used to coulds. Used to could do this, used to could do that. Just a month or two ago, 3 months ago, I could do this. And boy, it's trying to get back into that routine. Trying to get back into, I feel much better if I were 10 days into this instead of day one. And so the question becomes, what do you do? What do you do on day one? How do you approach this? And there are actually several tips that I have for getting back to working out. When I actually started writing these down and talking to different clients about them, there was a lot of information there. There was a lot of intimidating factors and just things to overcome and good planning tips for getting back to working out. So we're going to go through those today. It's quite a few. If you get into this situation where you miss a few workouts and then all of a sudden you find yourself in this rut, there's a ways you can get yourself back into the routine. So the first thing is start out with something easy. I know that you were Superman. You were doing something just incredible. You were running 6 miles a day. You were doing all these great things. And that athlete's still there, and it is. Your body has something called muscle memory, and so it knows how to get back to where you were, but mentally you want to be there. And you may be resistant to do this, but start with something easy, especially if you're really struggling to get back into exercise and feeling totally overwhelmed by it all. If you've been out of it for a long time, start slow. Pick something that you know is attainable. If it's running 6 miles that you used to do, go for a jog. Go for a jog for 1.5 miles. Go to a jog for 2 miles. How about walking? Go out and walk 20, 30 minutes. That sounds simple, but we're trying to start the routine. We're trying to get you back into that lifestyle again. So what do they say? What is the number on that? Is it how much? 90% of life is just showing up? What's the percentage? It's got to be somewhere around there. I know.
I don't know. I haven't been into Barnes and Nobles and read their posters on the wall lately.
Exactly.
I'm not sure.
I tell you, somebody, if you know that quote, and actually I've never known who it's attributed to, call into the show. Call 251-278-3343. Call and let me know who stated that and what that percentage is, because it's one I know about, but it's just life is, I've forgotten, just a large percentage just showing up. And that's what we're trying to do. So start with something easy. Start slow. Pick something that you know you can accomplish. And we're going to talk about something a little later in the tips about leaving some reps on the table. And that's kind of what you're doing here. If you finish this easy task and you know you could have done something harder, you know you could have gone a lot farther or whatever, fine. That makes you, now you're starting to build, you're making yourself eager. You're making yourself want to take that next step. You want to beat yesterday. Now you've created a baseline. And I tell clients, commit to 5 minutes. It doesn't seem like much, I know, but commit to 5 minutes. We typically do half hour worth of resistance training. We do a half hour worth of cardiovascular in our sessions. But if you're not doing anything and you just commit to a simple 5 minutes of walking, 5 minutes of push-ups, 5 minutes of ab work, whatever, you've made the commitment. You've started making that change. And the first step is making a decision to make a change. So start with 5 minutes.
That is a very good point. I'd like to point that out. I have been to gyms before where it was like, oh, you haven't worked out in a couple of years? Here, come on in. All right, so let's get you on the bench press and let's just go. And I've seen the way you and your staff do things. Right. And no, it starts off slow.
Absolutely.
Like you don't go push somebody in the deep end of the pool.
Too true.
And I think that's a beautiful way to do that because those people are not ready for that.
Well, exactly. Look at it from our standpoint. We're going to drive somebody out of here. We deal with so many people coming in here. It's an intimidating factor. I talked to you about working with, especially with my senior clientele,
right? About,
looking at trainers in a gym situation, not only being intimidating, a gym situation being intimidating, but trainers as bullies.
Yeah.
Trying to push you till you can't, and then I'm going to add some more weight. We're not interested in that. You're not interested in that. You just want to win the day.
Right.
You want to make that first accomplishment.
Right.
And feel like you've made that step in 5 minutes. I mean, everybody's got 5 minutes.
Sure.
You can make 5 minutes happen.
Yeah, and I like the way that you guys kind of start small, and it's all about consistent forward motion. Consistent progress.
Absolutely.
Rather than, hey, let's have you squatting 1,000 pounds next week.
Exactly.
And if you don't, you're a failure.
Right. Too true.
What?
Yeah.
So I love that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That's how we approach this. Taking a second and remembering how good it makes you feel. Sometimes we focus really too much on the effort rather than the outcome. The thing with the workout, while it can be hard at the moment, you always feel absolutely amazing afterwards. Now, I have clients that disagree. Gosh, I feel so sore afterwards. Yeah, but really, you're glad you do. You're glad you can complain to me the next day that you feel sore. But energy level, the way you sleep, the whole reason that's driving you to even consider working out, well, focus on those things. That's time coming. And that's kind of a motivating factor to get you going. So remember how it makes you feel. Now, we talked about the SMART plan before. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. That's going to come up in here. It is, but using the SMART plan. But that's got to do with the mental side of this. Thinking ahead, planning this whole thing. And there's several tips in here that deal with that. And one of them is schedule it. I'm going to start working out in the new year. Great. Like I talked about this in the podcast that we did talking about New Year's resolutions. I spoke about what to do in December, November. If you were going to start a New Year's resolution, it wasn't until January 2nd that you're actually going to get going with the exercise or what have you. Well, start in December, planning it out. Start thinking about it. And one of the things is schedule it. You got a diary, you got a calendar, you're using Google Calendar, you use something at work, schedule it. Block out the time. If it gets on scheduling, that's making yourself accountable. It also helps you avoid the excuse of missing it. You've blocked the time out. Plus, there's an accomplishment there. There's a feeling of taking a step in the right direction. I did something today. And the more you feel like that, the more you'll feel, okay, this is not so intimidating. So prepare your gym bag. If you're going to work out after work, or if you're going to get up in the morning, first thing in the morning, and go after you drop off the kids, you're going to run by the gym, go ahead and pack your bag. It's just a good habit. Just go ahead and have that prepared, and so that you're going there, holding that appointment. If you schedule it on your diary, now you got your gym bag, pack it. You feel like you're already on your way. Break it down. Next tip I'm going to give you is break down your goal. Your goal may be lose 10 pounds. You may have an ultimate goal. I'm going to get back to my marathon training. I want to qualify for Boston. I want to get down to my 2-mile time. I want to bench press what I was bench pressing a year ago when I was doing this. Okay. Well, don't set a year goal. Don't set a 6-month goal. Set a 30-day goal. It's digestible, You can see 30 days. You kind of know where your life's going to be in 30 days. You know what's going on within 30 days. So you want to take a challenge of 30 days. If you want to start making an exercise habit, then a short 1 month challenge to kind of kickstart your routine will put you there. We'll bring you there. So say, okay, if it's 10 pounds, by the end of 30 days, I'm going to have a pound gone. I have 2 pounds gone. Maybe it's just consistency. I'm a big fan of that. I mean, that's what makes the lifestyle change happen. I tell that to clients when they come in all the time. And they sit down with me and say, I want to, they throw out their big goals. And I'll always tell them, look, if I get you exercising on a regular schedule, just consistent, you're consistent with your routine, I promise you, you're going to hit your goal. I mean, it's going to come to pass. You're going to reach what I call your level of wellness. So setting up that nice little 30-day challenge and just accomplishing the time, punching the clock, making it to the gym or making it to your exercise routine in 30 days, well, that's a major accomplishment. It's also a motivator to keep going. So, and don't just think the gym. Now, if you're making a plan to make a change, you're getting back into fitness, start putting it in every aspect of your life. Look for those opportunities to use the stairs. Look at the opportunities to park your car a little bit farther. One of my favorites, and you know what it is, and I can't believe we're a few minutes into this podcast and I haven't brought up drinking water, folks. Now, if you're keeping up with me, everybody's supposed to take a sip of your water. Right now, I'm at 72 ounces, rapidly approaching the next milestone, which is 96. I want everybody to stay hydrated. Remember, that is the magic pill. If you don't know it, go back and check out the Magic Pill podcast, and I'll tell you all about drinking water. But drinking water is another way. Taking the stairs, parking your car farther away and walking and checking your rubber bands on your water bottle. These are just other ways of getting you back into the program, getting you back into that lifestyle. I'm saying take it slow. That's the first tip, Start easy, take it slow. Whatever you do, you don't want to take a step backwards. Whatever you do, don't overdo it right away. I don't care if you feel like Superman. Don't overdo it the first day. If you do overdo it the first day, it's going to make you step backwards. May have to take time off. Gosh, I was planning on working out every day, but I'm so sore I got to take 2 or 3 days off. Now you're back into your old routine. You've taken a step backwards. I tell folks, listen, leave some reps on the table. I know I could have done 4 more of those. Walk out of the gym thinking, gosh, I could have done, another couple, 3 pull-ups. I could have spent some more time on the treadmill. Well, leave that on the table. Leave that on the table. And the reason I say that is you're starting to create an impetus, a reason to go back. A reason to, God, I gotta go back and finish that. It's nagging at you. It may seem negative to you, but actually it's a positive influence. It's a positive influence because, again, it's back to that establishing that accountability, establishing that routine. Gosh, I really want to get back there. Gosh, I could have done so much more. Great. Leave it on the table. Don't overdo it right away. Make sure you're getting that consistency. And when you're getting back into your routine, you've done this before. You can do it again. But you want to make sure it has all the components in it. Now, I said start with 5 minutes. I said start slow. I said don't overdo it. You can do all those things. You can do this in 5 minutes, and you can have cardiovascular endurance, resistance training, and flexibility all in your routine. And just like scheduling your diary, just like packing your gym bag, checking the boxes on all 3 of those. One thing, that's going to give you a goal, give you a simple goal to accomplish. I got to do my cardio. I got to do 10 minutes on the treadmill. I got to do 15 minutes on the elliptical, whatever it is. Got to go do some push-ups. Got to do some sort of resistance training and a little bit of stretching at the end. I got to stretch out those hamstrings. My back's been bothering me anyway. And if you include those at the beginning, first thing, that's going to give you a major sense of accomplishment. It's going to make you feel like you did a heck of a lot more than you'd even planned to just by accomplishing those 3 different entities. But on top of that, you're setting a precedent. You're setting yourself up for success. You're setting up a pattern. And your body likes patterns. You get into that. That's why we create muscle memory. Your body likes those patterns. It likes the cool down pattern. It likes the cardiovascular. Maybe you warm up with your cardio before you do your resistance training, and you cool down with some stretching, which, by the way, I highly recommend doing it. If you listen to my stretching podcast, told you we actually stretch at the end of a workout. But if you start that pattern, you keep repeating that pattern, pretty soon, 21 days, you got your habit. 66 days, you've accomplished your 1 month goal. You're moving past your 2nd month, and you're back into the lifestyle. And pretty soon, you're back where you want to be, getting back to working out on a regular basis. Well, I told you a minute ago, I would definitely bring up SMART. I talk about this a lot because I believe you're not going to accomplish any goal if you don't use the SMART method. Now, the SMART method, I talked to you about this when I was talking about lifestyle changes and developing a program. It's specific. You want to make sure your program is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time sensitive. It's a lot more than just saying, "Oh, I'm going to start working out in the new year," or I'm going to start going back to the gym. If you use the detail of the SMART program, you're going to be much more successful with your goal. Now, I've gone over these before, but I'm going to go over them real quickly again about the different aspects of the SMART program. Specific. It's not enough to say you want to just get fit. You've got to be very specific. Choose a specific goal that will get you to your overall goal. And that can be that 30-day goal. I want to lose 10 pounds. Great. What am I going to do the first 30 days? Well, I've set it in my diary. I've packed my bag. And my goal is at the end of 30 days, I want to make sure I've lost a pound, 2 pounds, whatever it is. I want to lose 2 pounds, and you can get measurements done, what have you. Just make sure that goal is specific and measurable. I can't say this enough. We measure what matters. Everything we measure changes. You're successful that way. So whether it's through a weight, if it's through skin fold measurements, if it's a performance thing, if it's you're tracking in your journal how much you bench press, you want some way for it to be measurable. And I'll give you a tip. You really want to make it successful? Make sure you're making it measurable and you're accountable to somebody else. If you have to turn your homework in, you're going to be far more successful at meeting your goals because you're going to be accountable to somebody else. So we got specific, we got measurable, and we definitely want to make sure it's attainable. Too many times we do that with many goals, but especially see it with fitness. And folks jump into a fitness program like they've been shot out of a cannon. That happens. We see this every year in January. Folks that want to reinvent the world, and they're gung-ho, the fresh start. We're going to do this in January, and they last maybe 7 days. And the reason being they set these unattainable goals. I had a guy one time he wasn't working out with me. I was actually training in a facility. He tore his hamstring. It was black and blue on his back leg. Big guy. He'd never had that kind of an injury. Very fit. And he sat there and told me, "Gosh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fix this. Next month, I'm going to squat this much, and then I'm going to do hamstring curls to this." And they were just massive numbers. Some that he had never attained before. And I was like, whoa. You're setting yourself up for failure. These are completely unattainable goals, especially when you're getting back into a program. Specific, measurable, and attainable. That's why I say, gosh, Garrett, you may have heard when I said that. It said in 30 days you want to lose one or 2 pounds, and your goal is to lose 10. Gosh, Garrett, that doesn't seem like much in 30 days. It's attainable. It's attainable. You set it up, you knock it down. At the end of 30 days, gosh, I could have lost 5 pounds. Fine, that's no problem. Nobody's going to hold you back from it, but you were successful. And that, I talked about that before in your brain, and your brain takes that as a reward. You have endorphin release. You know that you attained your goal, so you want to make it very attainable. Relevant. I don't push this one very much, but because I don't think a whole lot of people attack a program saying, "I want to lose 10 pounds. I'm going to do that by bench pressing 315." Not that resistance training doesn't help you lose body fat. It does, but just make sure that your goal is relevant. But where this really happens, where relevancy really plays a part, is when you set yourself up because you saw somebody else do something. My good buddy Johnny, gosh, he's in great shape and he swims every day. I'm going to start doing that. Next month, I'm going to start swimming every single day. Well, if you're not a swimmer and you don't regularly swim and you don't like to swim, well, that's not relevant. Just not going to happen. Too many things to fight against.
My buddy Garrett, he does these races, and so I'm gonna go do one. I'm going to Ponte Vedra, and I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna win some gold. I'm gonna go win some medals, and it's gonna be awesome. If he can do it, I can do it.
I feel so for you because I know, Pablo. I know you'd be successful at that, and it's too bad that the Ponte Vedra World Championship was 2 years ago. See, you missed the opportunity, man. Great intention, though.
Right.
So, exactly. Well, that happens a lot with time. When folks come in and sit down and want to set up a schedule, something we make sure we're not fighting too many battles. So when I have somebody come in and say they want to start at 5 a.m., we take clients that early. We have people that in fact, I can count on my early morning people. They're here. They make it. Then I'll ask the person, well, are you a morning person? No, but I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start getting it. Whoa. Hang on a second. If you've never seen that hour of the day in your life, then probably not a good idea to start your fitness program at that time. So you want to make these things relevant. And the last one is time bound. Now, I've said this before, that a goal without some kind of time, without a deadline, a goal without a deadline is a dream. And there's a lot of people dreaming about their fitness success because they didn't put some sort of a timeline, some sort of a goal on there. Two other points I'll make to you. I'll finish with what I think is the most important one, but two other points is when you're getting back into exercise, getting back into workout, yes, you have a goal. You've hit something where you feel like you're not living the way, you're not living your level of wellness, you're not living where you want to, and keep bringing up 10 pounds. I bring up these weight things because 75% of the people that I see are interested in weight loss. But it can be a fitness goal. It can be the fact that, gosh, I'm tired of racing and not placing in my age group. I've been running these 9-minute miles, and now I'm going to start doing 6-minute miles. I'm going to start pushing myself to that. It can be something like that. Your biggest benefit, your biggest key to success, I would say, is consistency. So when you're trying to develop that habit, when you're trying to hit that 21 days, when you're trying to hit that 66 days and create that lifestyle change, consistency is the key. Believe it or not, I believe consistency is far more important than hitting the goal itself, because if you are consistent, you are going to develop those habits. So many times, in fact, the majority of the time, we have somebody come in and they say, look, I'm going to train 3 days a week. Great. We're a 24/7 facility. We love seeing you come in. I want you coming in at the same time on those other days, even if it's just do 30 minutes of cardio. You know, our staff is trained to, we recognize everybody when they come in the door. We say hello to them. We want to make sure they know that we are here for them. This is a welcoming place. And the reason being, we want them coming back. We want them to want to be here every day, because if you're active the majority of days of the week, then you're going to develop that habit a lot faster. So I tell my clients, even on your days off, stay active. You want it on your mind. That's why we use the rubber bands for water bottles, where people are marking their water. Not only are they tracking their water, they're tracking it every day. It is on their mind. They're making this change. They're making this lifestyle change. And so if it's fitness, if it's going to the gym, or if it's a regular endurance program that you're doing, set yourself up to do something every single day. Then the whole thing becomes like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And always have a backup plan. You know, especially when you're putting these things in your diary or in your schedule and your calendar, and you're scheduling, okay, I'm going to start working out on this day every Tuesday and Thursday. I'm going to go to the gym at 3 o'clock. Great. What's your backup? Because if you miss on Tuesday, you've only been Thursday. You know, that happens every week, then you're going to go to the gym 4 times in a month. I mean, that's not going to create any kind of a great consistency or a great program or a lifestyle change, or really get you back into working out. So you want to have some sort of backup plan. What happens if you're supposed to pick up the kids at 3:30, so therefore you can't do that 3 o'clock workout? I'm going to have to go. What are you going to do then? Have a backup plan. Make some idea, even if it's a backup exercise plan. I was going to start running outside, but it rained that day. Great. Go to the gym and hit the treadmill. I'm going to do a 5, 10, 15 workout at home. Some kind of little resistance program. Something. Have that backup plan. And the one I'll leave you with, and this is so important, is being accountable to someone. Having someone to be accountable. And it can be something, but if you have someone waiting on you, have someone there to be accountable to, you're going to be far more successful. You know, Personalized Fitness has the most qualified staff in the Southeast. All of our trainers have at least a bachelor's degree in the field of either exercise science, exercise physiology, kinesiology, sport medicine, or athletic training. We have award-winning facility as far as design. Our equipment's fantastic. We have these great programs. But the biggest thing we sell is accountability. You're going to be successful if you're accountable to someone. Now, you can set this up as a family member or friend. I highly recommend a trainer, of course. It's what I do for a living. But why? Well, the reason being is that they can help you put this whole thing together. They can help you design this program and set it up for success, not failure. Now, if you're interested in working with a trainer, we do this at the facility. Of course, we do it in your home. We also do this online. You can contact us here at the facility. Our number is 251-341-0927. Any of our staff would be more than glad to do a consultation with you, sit down and help you design a program that's successful for you. This is the reason why we call this Living Your Level of Wellness. We're trying to put this together. We're trying to make this personalized. We're trying to put this together so you have a successful program. Getting back into working out is just like anything else. It's like falling off a horse. You want to get right back on, but you want a specific plan. You want to put this together, put this in order so that you can plan to succeed. Don't just go out and go off on it on a whim. Plan your success. Taking these simple steps to getting yourself back into fitness will get you back to your lifestyle change and will help you design and set yourself up for finding your level of wellness. Hey, this has been Garrett Williamson. I sure appreciate you listening to the show. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for listening to the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast with Garrett Williamson. Subscribe now and be a part of the show by calling 251-278-EDGE or message us on Facebook and Instagram at Personal Edge Fitness or at Team PE on Twitter, and visit us at personaledgefitness.com.